Hello, Drama Alert Nation. I'm your host, Lifu the Fox. Let's get rolling.
I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird.
Leaked messages expose Concord dev admitting they don't like video games. Considering how the game looks, considering how the game feels, it doesn't surprise me since it's not resonating with people who actually play games. Would it be on a hardcore level or a casual level?
Before I even get started with this video, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for the tremendous amount of support that you've given me via Twitter, on YouTube, in the comments, financially, people donate.
Smash JT did get maliciously striked by black gamer girls. How was that called again? But basically this is what happened. They striked his previous video, even though it was within the realm of fair use. I would say out of all the experiences that I had with other YouTubers, Smash is one of the few people who is a genuine person.
Like, it's been incredible ever since Black Girl Gamers tried to take my channel down and issued a false strike against it, which is still pending right now.
Oof.
Everyone has been there to support the channel, and I just wanted to say thank you and acknowledge that. Now on with today's video, because this stuff never ends. If you guys are new to the channel, you may not have seen me cover this Amanda Kiefer character, who is a concept artist at Firewalk Studios, worked on the game Concord. So if you missed the initial video talking about how she's extremely anti-gamer, hates Trump, hates people that just want to play fun games, and basically straight up attacks you, check that video out. I'll link it above me.
One thing I don't understand, why is it people like that even go into gaming? If you hate gamers that much, if you hate games that much, why the hell are you in that space? Doesn't make sense to me.
Right now. Welcome to another episode of Smash JT, and let's get into the latest series of leaked tweets from this unhinged employee at Firewalk Studios. And I feel like I say that every time you say employee at Firewalk Studios, it's almost like you need to preempt that with unhinged.
JT. Unhinged is the right word.
Check out smashjt.com for the full exhaustive article going through the series of tweets that have leaked from behind a protected account of Amanda Kiefer, a senior concept artist at
all of them have protective accounts. Me starting to think they don't want to hear what anyone else is saying besides their own echo chamber.
Yep.
Firewalk Studios, who worked on the flop, the monumental, colossal, grandest flop of all time in gaming history, potentially upwards of $250 million or more, being lost on Concord. She was one of the character designers of these characters.
That explains a lot.
Infamously ugly. Yep. And as I said in my previous video about her, looking at the art...
My problem is not even that they're ugly. My problem is they are so uninspired. They're so bland. The favorite flavor would be bread.
That she had done, the sketches and the drawings that are available publicly on her Instagram, she's actually pretty talented. Unfortunately, she's got the mind virus and is implementing a lot of these things that she wants to have seen by the community and injecting DEI agenda into these games because she wants to feel represented and also amplify a marginalized community. Something that gamers have vehemently...
Look, I saw a lot of people talk about the VA of this character. So, it's a woman who transitioned.
Okay.
And they keep on portraying that people hate her because she's trans. I'm just gonna say it. The VA looks a million times better than the character. I think the game itself did not do her justice.
Something that gamers have vehemently denied every time they try to do it. And even before Concord launched, when people first saw the character designs, we were saying, no, stop it. Go back to the drawing board. This is not what we want. And Firewalk Studios just called that white noise. They felt like they knew what was best for us, when in reality, they didn't give a shit about what the gamers wanted. They wanted to inject DEI into a game and shove it down your throat. In a leaked message from Amanda, she expresses frustration with the criticism aimed at her and the team after the fallout from the catastrophe of Concord.
I'm sorry, but that picture of her looks literally what we were talking about today. I'm 14 and this is deep.
Stating that the situation has taken a severe emotional toll on them. And here are the leaked messages from her Twitter that is hidden behind a protected account that one of her followers had leaked out, that was inside that bubble for all to see what she's thinking right now. And she starts it off with, I was going to DM you after seeing this, but the site makes me pay to do that. So at the risk of getting dogpiled, I'm just going to say this here. A lot affected the art side of Concord, including design by committee, failure of some leadership to listen to the art team, etc. So already, right off the bat, this is excuses galore. It has nothing to do with me. Look at the executives telling us what to do. It was their fault, guys. It wasn't me. They told me to do all this. I had the gun to my head.
She's the lead designer, isn't she?
I thought she was.
Yeah. Good luck getting a job after shit-talking your employers.
I had to inject the DEI. I really did. I didn't want to do it because it got rejected and no one liked it anymore. I'm going to say I didn't want to do it anyways. And also saying she didn't want to pay the $8 to hide behind a check mark is funny to me. Because now she is getting dogpiled because people are looking for anything that she says as a reason to explain why Concord failed so bad. The character concept art team, including myself, is going through an extremely difficult time emotionally. And some on the team no longer want to work in games. Now, before I even go further in this is out of everything that
Why are you in this field? Why are you using your quote-unquote emotionally difficult time as an excuse not to do your fucking job? For Christ's sakes, yesterday I got stabbed in my foot. I still streamed.
He says, right here is the pinnacle problem with these people. They never wanted to work in games. She literally says the quiet part out loud right here. Saying some of the team no longer want to work in games means that their passion was never there. Like, that's the only outcome that I can get out of this. I've failed plenty of times in my life. Believe me, I've even failed on YouTube multiple times. But the passion is what brings me back to it. I've failed in plenty of games in my life. But the good games, the passion always brings me back to it. These failed people working at Firewalk Studios failed so miserably that they are now looking inward and saying, I don't really like video games. I was just doing this because they were hiring, and I know computer stuff, so I figured it was a good match. They no longer want to work in games, design.
This really is a little frustrating me. I understand paycheck is a paycheck, but actually, that disliking your job is not a good sign of the end for the end product. And then getting all huffy and puffy because people see it's a half-ass product and they don't want to buy it.
Characters or even do art anymore after this. Because of this, posts like yours, though understandable, are unfortunately ill-timed. Now, I don't know what the post was she's reacting to, but honestly, I don't care, because what she's saying and how she's reacting to it tells us all we need to know about her thought process and how these developers at Firewalk Studios, up to and including the professor that was mandating people call her the professor, even though she wasn't a professor, and tried to report people to HR if they didn't address her properly. These were the things happening at the shit show behind the scenes at Firewalk Studios. They cared more about pronouns being addressed properly than making a good game. None of us know which way the wind will blow with the studio. We are worried sick and terrified of the future. Why are you worried? You don't like video games. You don't. Like, you are a character.
They're worried because they're afraid of losing their cash cow. They're not worried about the company. They're worried about them not milking money from it.
Character artist. Maybe you like drawing video games. Maybe you even like playing video games a little bit. Working in video games takes way more than just a casual, I like this, or
Yep.
it's easy, or I can do it because it's fun. It takes a passion unbridled by anyone else. You need to supersede the next person. You have to be the consummate pro, being better than everyone else, being the cream of the crop. You can't even say if you have the passion for doing this. Not only that, but we have been shouldering the brunt of the emotional labor as executives, directors dodge most of the blame. Again, going back to the executives and the people in charge. This is the problem. Like, here's the thing. Yes, I agree. The executives and people in charge made plenty of mistakes when it came to Concord. But that does not alleviate any of the blame. Most of all, though, doesn't mean that everything that went wrong was on them. A lot of it had to do with the people making the game, like, that could touch it and create it and warp it into what they wanted it to be. The problem is, you don't want to take and accept the blame. You're trying to offset it anywhere but yourselves, because it was such a colossal failure that you can't go to sleep at night realizing that you aren't good at this. I'm not denying your talent. I'm saying that you're prioritizing DEI injection over a quality game experience, and then going to the levels of not taking any.
Smash is being really nice about all of this. Because I personally would say she does not have talent to make actual main characters.
Accountability whatsoever when it's presented to you as a complete catastrophic failure. Behind the scenes of all this talk about Concord and character designs, people's livelihoods are at risk, and there are real financial consequences that might hurt us even more. Holy crap, cry me a river.
Then why the fuck are you pushing out a mediocre game when lives are at stake? It doesn't fucking... Sorry, I need to stop cursing. Doesn't make sense, and then you're crying about it?
If you suck at your job in the real world, guess what happens? You get fired. You lose your income.
Exactly.
You need to find a way to get gainfully employed elsewhere. That's literally how the real world works. I feel like people have been coddled so much that they just expect a paycheck every 2 weeks for existing. That's not reality. That's just what I can say from our point of view. I'm not saying change course or anything. Us artists like being able to use social media to promote our work and get more jobs. But I am saying we see this, and it does absolutely affect us since we just got our teeth kicked in. Okay, so I believe this is in reference to someone who was trying to improve the character designs and just being nice about it. And she's like, no, I'm taking this the wrong way. You shouldn't do that because we're already reeling right now. Just let us be. And the reality is, your game sucked. It was a massive flop to the tune of, what, 10 days? Over $250 million potentially lost on it. Sony reeling, doing the unprecedented act of refunding every single person that purchased it, pulling it from store shelves, pulling it off the digital store, shutting down the servers after 8 years of development on a game that at the end of the day was shit. And they don't want to accept any accountability whatsoever. They are so used to projecting and putting it on anyone else except owning it that they keep saying, please, we're emotionally drained. It was hard. We tried our best. We got paid and took money for 8 years and put out junk. But please, blame the executives for making random decisions that totally tanked the game. Had nothing to do with the character designs. Had nothing to do with the gameplay. It was all on
everything. It was everything. It wasn't just the executives. It was also including the artist. She was what, the lead? So she obviously had input on it. She obviously was able to control the art direction of the game itself.
Yeah.
So in actuality, she should be getting the blame.
Yeah.
As well. So I don't know why she's trying to push blame onto someone else. Not only that, she put herself in a bad spot, so future employers will look at that and be like, we don't want her.
Them because they decided to charge money for this piece of crap. Which I would argue, if the game was good, they maybe could have gotten away with charging money for it. But the problem is, the game was not worth its value.
The game wasn't worth its value. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because
Why do you keep stopping at like the oddest spots for JT?
Tell you that you tried to charge, and again, that goes back on development. And shout out to Kyle, who reminded me this is the same Amanda Kiefer that hates you, who said, pretty soon, these weirdos will have no games to buy at all. Basically in response to gamers trashing Concord, saying, hey, if you trash every bad game, there's gonna be no games left for you to play. When in reality, gamers just want good experiences. We pay a lot of money to play.
And in the end, the way it's gonna work out, they are not gonna get our money, but the companies who actually make good games will get our money. We will not run out of games to play.
And good experiences exist only because we fight back. If everyone just stayed back and rested on their laurels and just relaxed, they would be shoving garbage down your throat every day and you'd just be taking it and nobody would ever be improving. At the end,
Why did it look like he's screaming at us? It's like a dad grounding us for like sneaking out to like R-rated movie.
Stop pausing him when he makes these faces. If you're gonna keep doing this, just take a screenshot it and just like retweet him.
I already do that.
At the end of the day, I'd like to think that gaming in general cares about development and wants the best out of everyone. If you don't take it that way, that's on you. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Again, if you want more information, check out smashjt.com for the full article. And thank you again for everyone who's supported the channel, hitting that join button. I've had a lot of people come around ever since this Black Girl Gamers situation happened, and I will be following up with that when I have any new information on it. But as of right now, I just want to say thank you guys so much, and we are winning. Like, stuff like this that keeps happening proves that. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.
Good video. Really good video.